Hello, everybody, and welcome. I'm Jessie. This is Playful Moon Tarot. So grateful to have you here, and thank you to all of my new subscribers. Thank you so much. I am truly grateful. And in today's Pick a Card, we are going to be getting a message from a Woodland Warden spirit, and all of the timestamps will be linked down below. If you'd like to book a personal reading or follow along on Instagram, those links are also underneath the timestamps down below. And let's get into your guys' readings. Hello, Group 1, and welcome to your reading. You guys were drawn to the Devotion card, which is the Sheep and Blackberry. And this card talks to us about what are we devoted to? What are we devoting our time to, and how committed we are to it? Is it a spiritual practice? Is it a relationship? Is it deepening a relationship with ourselves? So however you come to this reading, and whatever it is that you are currently trying to nurture right now, or an area of your life that you're really devoted to, how can you commit to that? How can you, like, let's say if it's a spiritual practice, for example, let me get that card. Are you meditating every day? Do you, practice, if you do tarot readings for yourself, do you practice what the cards say? Those kinds of things. How are you devoted to your practice? How are you devoted to your job? How are you devoted to your craft? How are you devoted to yourself? However and wherever you're being called to be truly devoted, is what this card is talking about. Okay. And one more, please. This one. Okay, Page of Swords. All right. So we have the Seven of Swords. We have the Ten of Cups. We have the Three of Wands. We have the Six of Swords. We have the Star. We've got the Community card, the Three of Pentacles. We've got the Magician and Page of Swords. And where they want me to start is this Three of Wands energy. There's kind of a little bit of a pause right now for you guys, because this Seven of Swords, so this is either going to go a couple of different ways. Some of you guys aren't being honest with yourself right now as far as what you truly want out of life, and some of you guys aren't being honest with others. Okay, that could be like in a partnership, like maybe they're like, well honey, I want to get this job in Chicago or Illinois, and you're like, oh, okay, that sounds good, but you really like don't want to, like you want to be supportive, but at the same time it's like not really what's calling to your heart space. So there's just a moment of a pause and really getting in touch with what you want. This, just looking at the landscape, taking it in. You're surveying, you're observing. There's a moment of just taking an observation stance with life to really kind of understand what's shaking out, because this Seven of Swords energy, trickery, deception, not being truthful, how is that showing up in your life? And how can you be more truthful with yourself or with others? How can you, because if you aren't being truthful with yourself, then that devotion needs to be going towards really that truth for yourself, right? Like, what are your truths? Like, maybe you don't want to move to Chicago. Like, maybe that's just not, or wherever. Like, maybe that's not, and it's not to say that like it won't happen or what have you. Like, maybe you and your partner will talk it out and it will end up working out just fine. Or you say, that's really not my thing. How can we work around that? Okay, so it's just an example. It doesn't have to be with a partner, but there's just a real sense of truth, what is your truth, and are you lying to yourself or are you lying to other people? And I'm not saying in a, like, you guys are being like bad liars and running around. That I'm not trying to put like a negative spin on it. It's more of just like an awareness of what your truth really is, and that being okay, and not having to hide behind, oh well, it's fine, really being able to state what your truth is, and really expressing that and allowing that to be okay. Because if you guys are kind of in some turbulent waters right now, as far as not feeling like you can, like, there might be some situations around you right now where things just feel really unstable. Yeah, because we have the 9 of Wands. So some of you guys are exhausted. Some of you guys might be experiencing migraines. Some of you guys might be just really tired, almost like chronic fatigue syndrome, where you're just kind of like, ugh. So where's your devotion? How are you devoting to yourself or others? However this shows up in your life. But they want me to go to this card next. So there's something about moving into calmer waters for you guys. Moving away from this kind of trickery or deception, or not being able to speak your truth, not feeling like you can maybe speak your truth. There's a sense of moving away from that kind of energy, okay? You're just going to kind of get in your boat and scurry over here to some calmer waters, which I feel like is really going to help that observation key part of this reading, and really allow for some beautiful things to come in. And next, where they're leading me is the community and the star card. So there's a real sense of needing support maybe through this time. Maybe some of you guys are really devoted to a community, and maybe it's time to devote some of that to yourself, or vice versa. Maybe some of you guys have been very into yourself, and maybe, and not in a, I meant like in a self, like caring way, going on like a self journey, just kind of taking some time for yourself to get back in touch with what's going on. I didn't mean it in like a selfish way. Not that we can't be selfish sometimes, and that's totally fine. It's totally okay to be selfish sometimes. But I meant just more of like being introspective. And now it's time to go and share that with the community. So whatever your dreams are, for those that might be feeling a little bit cut off right now, it's okay. Things are shifting. We're moving away from this kind of energy, and we're going to take what's working and we're going to leave behind what isn't. And we just are going to know that we are headed towards calmer waters. We've got a community of people that we can lean on, because we also have the 10 of Cups, which is success and legacy and home. And so some of you guys might really want to be cultivating your home life, deepening your home life, enriching your home life. How does that look? How are you going to devote yourself more to building up that home? Because the Magician came out and the Page of Swords. So the Magician, very powerful creator. So you guys are very powerful creators. You guys can manifest the destiny that you want when we stay devoted to a practice. So if you are cultivating like a spiritual practice, meditating every day, or doing like a daily card pull for yourself, reading spiritual books, like reading a chapter a day, staying devoted to the practice, devoted to your family, devoted to yourself, devoted to getting to a better place, devoted to speaking your truth. Okay, there's something in here that's going to resonate differently for each of you, but there's something about that staying focused on your practice. Focus on your practice, and this Page of Swords is going to get very clear in his mind about what he wants, and he's going to go after it. There's a real sense of they're saying cutting away the BS from your mind too that's holding you back, cutting away any thoughts that are holding you back, any ways of speaking to ourselves, to others. There's a real sense in using our words and our thoughts to get what we want. And then, yeah, so you've got the Nine of Wands as like a undercurrent of this reading. So some of you guys are really, yeah, you guys have been like really working towards something. But the wheel also came out, and I feel like the wheel is turning in your guys' favor. Okay. As long as you start to take these steps, devote yourself to something, this is fate kind of coming in and turning this and having you kind of go down a different path that is like a fated destiny if you choose to embrace it. Okay. It won't just happen on its own. It won't just come to you on its own. It's something that you have to devote yourself to. But then once you start that devotion, the wheels of karma start turning. And I feel like you guys will be able to step away from this really weighted down energy of the Knight of Wands, where you feel like you're just kind of constantly fighting and it's just tiring, and really shifting into a place where you know that you're working and it's hard work, but you start to cultivate something and move in a direction that feels better for you. So I hope something in that message resonated. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, love yourself, trust yourself, and believe in yourself. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Hello group 2, and welcome to your reading. You guys were drawn to the Elk and Ash card, which is the Strength card. And this can talk to us about when we're traversing really difficult times in our life, when things feel a little hectic. There might be some turmoil happening. There might be like a breakup or something like that. And just know that it's going to require some strength for you guys to get through this situation, but you have more than enough to get through. And let's see. When we have experiences like this where we are really connected with our inner strength, it really does allow us to understand how strong we really are. I mean, does that mean that it's pleasant all the time? No. But we have a sense that we can overcome things, right? We can overcome challenges, we can overcome obstacles. And when we do, it really gives us a sense of fulfillment, even if it wasn't pleasant, but we can learn lessons, we evolve, we grow. And that's what we came down here to do on Earth, is to really evolve and grow. I feel like for some of you, you guys might just be ending a relationship. And so for some of you, you guys are kind of striking out on your own. And for, let's see, for some of you, you guys are also just really trying to cultivate, I feel like something new, because we do have an ace here. Okay, so we have the Two of Cups. We have the Five of Wands. We've got the Hermit. We have the Queen of Swords. We've got the Seven of Swords. We've got the Knight of Cups. And the Ace of Cups. And okay. So I feel like for some of you, yeah, you guys are really going through, I mean, you guys have the Four of Cups and the Five of Cups on the bottom. So yeah, there's some pretty big energy in this reading. Okay. So because some of you guys are really disappointed, some of you guys just lost something, some of you got like marriage divorce, a marriage that's ending in divorce. There's just, and it doesn't have to be that, but whatever big thing is happening right now that is really challenging for you, that's what this reading is talking about. I'm just picking up on divorce or a separation with this Two of Cups energy. There's a real sense that that what is depicted in this picture is actually not, it's not that energy. There's a separating. So where do we go from here, right? Like, where do we go when things that we've worked really hard towards don't work out and we have to go inwards? So they want me to do these two cards first. So really acknowledging your guys's that are going through a lot of loss, a lot of disappointment, things not working out, feeling like you've wasted your time, wasted your energy. Nothing is a waste. We all learn lessons from the different times and chapters in our life. So try to understand what those lessons are, as painful as it might be. There's a sense that whatever this situation that you guys are walking away from, you might not have noticed it when you were in the situation, but where they really want to highlight these cards next, because there might have been like trickery or deception or cheating or like something. They're just showing me stuff going on behind closed doors that you didn't know about. And I feel like some things kind of came to the surface, and it was bringing you guys a lot of emotional turmoil. And the energy that was around you just was not supportive. And it wasn't going to be conducive to the life that you guys want to work towards and build towards. Even if you thought that that's what you wanted, there's something about this energy that you're being redirected away from it because it wasn't good for you. And so what they're asking now is really to go inward, right? Go in and get in touch with our heart space. And this really is going to require you to do some of that inner work. But that's why the Strength card is here, is because this next chapter that you guys are going to traverse is going to be a little bit rocky. But that's where you guys needed to go in order to get to the next phase. There's lessons and growth through this next chapter that might be uncomfortable, but stick with it and keep going and really get in touch with your heart space, your inner knowing, your intuition. Take time for yourself, nurture yourself, be there for yourself like your own best friend. You guys might need to travel, get away. You guys might need to go to a new place. I'm not saying spend like a ton of money, but if you have the money to spend it to go on it and just get away for a while, absolutely. But if you don't, even just driving out to the beach or driving to a park, or just getting out and getting away and like in a space that makes you feel like better, improves your mood, gives you a little mood booster. And if you do end up moving or relocating, that might be another thing for you guys. Maybe it won't happen right away, but maybe in 6 months or something like that, you'll realize that you guys want to move. And I definitely see that playing out. Knight of Cups. Okay. So there's a new beginning that's coming in, okay? There's this new, I see the aces as like gifts or blessings from the universe. This is the Ace of Cups here, really coming in to say, really check in with your emotional body and really get honest with yourself about this past relationship or experience or chapter that is coming to a close. Was it really bringing you joy? Like maybe it did in the beginning and then things kind of fell out of alignment, but you kind of kept saying to yourself like, it's okay, or making, reasons why things didn't maybe feel right anymore. But there's a real sense of getting in touch with your emotions and really allowing your emotions to drive you forward to this next chapter, and then really going after what emotionally fulfills you and what is in alignment with you currently now, okay? Because we all go through changes, and there's a sense of getting in touch with where you're at now. And this Queen of Swords, she is going to go out into the world and be curious and be very mindful about how she is crafting the world around her, being mindful of her emotional body, being mindful of just her queendom and as a whole. How is she doing? How's her home life? How's her friends? There's just a real sense of leadership in your life as far as where you're going, how you're going to get there, the thoughts that you think, really cutting away any thoughts that aren't going to lead you to this space of emotional fulfillment. These 3 cards are so powerful. Going after what you want, being very clear about what brings your emotional body happiness, and being clear about how you talk to yourself and others, the thoughts that you think about yourself and others. There's just a real sense of going after the things that bring you emotional fulfillment, comforting yourself during this time. You do have some difficulties ahead, but that doesn't mean that you're not going to get to calmer waters eventually, okay? Things all has to kind of come to an end eventually. And really allowing the lessons to come through. And when I say that, what I mean is, like, we all have crap happen to us, and so when things like aren't going right for me, like right with me being like thinking that I'm supposed to go a certain direction and then that doesn't work out, I'm like, what? Like, and I get kind of, well, well, why? And what's, you can lose track. We can lose track when we just ask the, like, why me? Well, why did this happen? Why did my car break down? Why did this? Why did that relationship end? Why was my, partner so, bad to me or whatever? We can get stuck in those spaces. And what really helps us to move forward is what lessons, like it takes, because we get very, it almost feels personal, right? When things don't work out. Well, what did I do? What did I do to deserve this? What did I do to make my car not work? What did I do to make this person not love me? And there's a sense of what is going to help with this transition and rocky period in your life is taking your emotions out of it in a sense of depersonalizing it. Like it's not an affront on you. Like the universe didn't attack you. There's a sense of trying to step back a little bit and taking our emotions out of it in the sense of, if somebody's having a bad day and you take it personal, but it has nothing to do with you as a person, right? Like they're just experiencing a bad mood. So whatever this experience was, it was going to go down how it was going to go down anyway. And for you to be able to just take the lessons from it and move forward, that's really that key energy of just taking that step back, looking at the bigger picture and not taking it so personal. Like you're not, so whoever needs to hear this, that might be very specific, like you're worthy. It was nothing, you didn't do anything wrong. And your guides really want you to know that you didn't do anything wrong. The situation was going to happen how it happened. It was meant to give you lessons so that you can build stronger for yourself in the future and get more decisive about the things that you truly want in your future. So I hope something in that message resonated. I'm sending you guys lots of love and lots of encouragement. Keep going. And we all get into those spaces. I get into those spaces. You're not alone. Okay. They're just chapters, and we just have to get through it the best that we can, be loving and nurturing and kind to ourselves the best that we can during these times. And don't put too much pressure on yourself and let things unfold naturally. And I really hope that something helped with that last saying. I'm feeling you guys right now. I'm feeling you. So all storms will eventually pass, okay? Try to look for the lessons in this. And just know that you are worthy, okay? You are worthy. So I hope something in that message resonated. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, love yourself, trust yourself, and believe in yourself. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Hello, Group 3, and welcome to your reading. You guys were drawn to the Chipmunk and Laurel card, which is all about success. And in the guidebook, it was really cute. It says that the chipmunks will always take the road less traveled. So I feel like you guys are kind of all on your own little unique paths. And whatever venture you guys are going towards right now, whatever you guys are trying to call in and cultivate, and yep, look at that, you've got the Fool card. So it's going to be very successful. So whatever path you guys are blazing right now, it's going to be really, really successful. And Spirit wants you to just keep going, keep going, keep going. So we have the Fool card. We have the World. We have the King of Pentacles. We've got the Strength card. Page of Wands and the Hermit. Wheel of Fortune and Moon. And so, I mean, bam, right there, you got the Fool card. So you guys are starting some new adventure or thinking about something new, thinking about starting something. And part of the Fool card energy is just having that faith, right? Just having faith that whatever you are being led to, whatever you're being driven towards, whatever path that Spirit is calling to you to travel, that it is meant to be traveled by you. You are the trailblazer. You are the one that is being called to this mission, and it is time to step forward and know that Spirit has your back the entire way on this mission. And so some of you guys might be traveling, some of you guys might be just going, moving. You could be moving, you could be traveling, experiencing things. And also, again, just another reminder that you are being led towards success. The World is a success card right along here with the Chipmunk and Laurel. So whatever this new path that you're on or wanting to go on, thinking about exploring, it is going to lead you to a very successful place. So with the Moon card, they're just saying, get really in touch with your intuition, okay? Really let your intuition guide you. And know that any of those challenges that come along this path, right? Because we're at the very beginning of this journey. We're going to hit roadblocks. We're going to be rejected. We're going to be loved. We're going to experience all of the different ranges, right? And so if anything comes up that is challenging for you, keep that faith, okay? Keep that faith of the Fool that he knows that he is on the right path, okay? Keep that faith. Keep going. No matter what happens. And they're saying that you have the inner strength, and if you get tired along the way, if you need inspiration, if you need to get connected with Spirit again, part of this is a solo journey for you. Part of this is really getting into your heart space to really see where you're being guided, where you're being led. Okay, so along this path that you're traveling, you might have moments where you might hit a little bit of a roadblock, and then that's when you get in touch with your heart space and your inner strength, and you get connected with spirit, and you ask for guidance, and then you follow that, okay? Because we have the Wheel of Fortune. So the wheel is turning in your favor. I feel for some of you, this is like a karmic turning. This is a karmic balancing. This is a pivotal point for you guys. You guys might have been experiencing a lot of lack or a lot of just old paradigms that you're shifting away from, okay? And this is spirit just coming in, basically being like, we're helping you and putting you on this path that is going to shift the energy around you, shift the paradigm of your life, just kind of shift everything away from things that you're moving away from, like on a soul evolutionary karmic level, to really usher in this new path, this new success, this new chapter of your soul's evolution. I won't even say chapter of life. They're wanting me to be very specific and say soul evolution. So, Page of Wands. He's going to move a little bit quickly, right? He's going to go after what he's passionate about. He's on a mission and he knows it. And I feel for some of you, once you guys get that ground underneath you, that you guys might hit the ground running and really start to be like, all right, I'm starting to understand, I'm getting a little bit more equipped on this journey. I know like what I want, what I don't want, and getting really like driven about finding your throne, finding that success, and it is on its way to you. And this is a reading and message from the universe, from your guides, that this path is meant to be yours and it is meant to lead you to the success that you want to see. But you have to be open to the different changes, the different things that might happen along the way. But all in all, sticking with it will lead to success, will lead you to a place where you can sit and kind of look someday and just reflect on all of the things that, all of the things that you have built, that you have cultivated, that you have manifested for yourself on this journey. Like you start here and then you end up here, okay? You end up with your kingdom, with your community, with, the job that you want, or owning your own business, or whatever the success looks like for you, it's going to happen. Okay. And then of course, on the bottom of the deck, it has the 8 of Wands, which is like, just keep going forward, keep going. And it does have the 7 of Wands, which can talk a little bit about some trickery energy. So again, along the way, when you hit roadblocks, when you hit things that kind of come up against you in an opposing way, don't let that discourage you. It's meant to give you more information, more knowledge, deepen that understanding, and then move forward, charge forward again, okay? Keep going towards that success. Keep going towards what you're after, and the road less traveled. So you guys are really up to some unique things, and it's going to bring you a lot of success, and success on many different levels. It can be money, it can be a home, it can be all of, like, what do you define success as? Having, a good community of people, having a job that you really like, having a hobby that you really like, that is your creative outlet. Like, what defines success for you? And once you get really clear about that, that's also going to help for the people that aren't quite sure what their path is yet. what does that success look like for you? That'll give you a starting point, but I feel like most of you that are drawn to this reading already have that sense of where you want to go, and this is your confirmation to do it. So I hope something in that message resonated. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, love yourself, trust yourself, and believe in yourself. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.